So I don't know if the speculation is generated because of the perception of the toxicity of chemotherapy, that it's kind of this archaic treatment of the past. And it seemed to have begun really, go back 30, 40 years ago with the first advent of immunotherapy with IL-2 and interferon. It really seemed to come to be alive with the advent of precision medicine. But it didn't really catch the headlines until last ASCO 2018, when literally the listservs were just full of lines like the end of the chemotherapy era, much of which brought about by the research in lung cancer. And it just begged a question, is that really happening? Are we really turning that corner where chemotherapy is some vestige of the past history of cancer management, like things like Coley's toxin and cobalt radiation are? And it raised an interesting perspective that I thought needed to be evaluated. So it's interesting when we start doing research into those new drugs and what is their real impact. Many people who are watching this may be familiar with Vinay Prasad's article that I believe was in JAMA Oncology, raising question about, is precision medicine all hype, given the fact that only 9% of adult cancer patients with metastatic disease are receiving those drugs, because these are usually highly tailored and selected populations that express a certain mutation, and often in more rare tumor types. So the history is chronic myeloid leukemia, or it's also been history with melanoma and renal cell carcinoma. So there might be 10 new drugs coming out in a year, but they're only for 3 diseases, none of which have more than a 1% prevalence of the total cancer population.